Here's what's been happening lately. First, Chicago minimum wage is set to increase July 1, along with changes for paid time off. Next, city adds 11 new speed cameras in parks and near schools, with ticketing set to begin June 15 and June 30th, respectively. Lastly, Project Safe Neighborhoods expands to downtown, including CTA trains. First up, Chicago workers making minimum wage are set to get a raise starting next month. Starting July 1, the city's minimum wage will be set to $16.60, and the minimum wage for subsidized youth employment programs will be set to $16.50. Under the One Fair Wage Ordinance, the wages of tipped workers such as restaurant servers, bartenders, bussers, and runners who earn a subminimum wage of $12.62 per hour will increase by 8% per year until it reaches parity with Chicago's standard hourly minimum wage on July 1, 2028. Other regulations for paid leave, such as paid sick time and the Fair Work Week, are also set to take effect on July 1. For the Chicago Paid Leave and Paid Sick and Safe Leave Ordinance, workers are guaranteed up to 5 days of paid leave and 5 days of paid sick leave for workers who work at least 80 hours within any 120-day period. Now, employees can carry over up to 16 hours between a 12-month period and can use paid leave for any reason. Employees can carry over up to 80 hours of sick leave between a 12-month benefit period as well. Now, for the Fair Work Week Ordinance, there's requirements that certain employers need to provide workers with predictable work schedules and compensation for changes. Now, starting July 1, new compensation metrics take effect, with workers in one of 7 covered industries, including building services, healthcare, hotel, manufacturing, restaurant, retail, or warehouse services, and earn less than or equal to $32.60 per hour, or earn less than or equal to $62,561 a year, and the employer has at least 100 employees globally covered by the ordinance. Next up, federal prosecutors are expanding Project Safe Neighborhoods in Chicago, announcing Wednesday that the city's trains and downtown areas will now be covered by anti-violence programs for the first time. Project Safe Neighborhoods was launched in 2001 under President George W. Bush to crack down on shootings. At the time, the program paid for the hiring of scores of new federal prosecutors and hundreds of state and local prosecutors to concentrate on gun cases across the country. Now, the program will now also be in parts of 3 police districts in downtown financial zones that represent the economic engines of the city of Chicago, as well as the CTA trains that bring residents and visitors to those areas from every neighborhood of Chicago and from cities to international airports. Project Safe Neighborhoods involves enforcement as well as crime prevention and community engagement, according to reports. Money from the program can be spent on overtime for cops who work downtown and on CTA trains, along with task forces that combat gun crimes and violence, and advertising for the program. Lastly, another 11 speed cameras near parks and schools have been activated. The cameras went live in bunches May 1st, and there's going to be a phased program the city's going to use to add 50 speed cameras this year. Now, drivers have a month-long warning period with the cameras where they aren't ticketed. Then there will be a 2-week blackout when cameras will be turned off to give drivers time to receive their warnings in the mail. And this is all according to CDOT. Drivers who exceed the speed limit by 6 to 10 miles per hour in a speed camera zone will be fined $35. Those going 11 miles per hour or more over the limit are fined $100. Now, Chicago has 185 speed cameras citywide, according to the city's data portal, and additions coming this year will bring that number to 212. Now, the following camera locations will start issuing tickets June 15 and 30th, respectively, and you can take a look at the locations by clicking in the details below.